Welcome to the 5th best podcast in the world. Not the best podcast, the 5th. There's a few better than this. You guys see Ricky Gervais ones, so good. But anyway, today's podcast, we've got Callum Riley, the man with a plan, Alicia Burko, one of my many girlfriends, Joe Butler, still balding, Sophie Cooper, I don't know who that is, anyone knows? So anyway, they've got all sorts today, from Build-A-Bear workshops to genetically created kids. They're absolute rascallions. The whiffy banter is on point today, so you'll be inclined to listen to the full episode, even if it's fucking boring. Right, enough of this shite, so I have to drop the kids off the pool. I'm Turtlehead in here.
And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Hello and welcome to the 5th best podcast in the frickin' world. A little bit about John there to start the podcast. Now, I hope everyone enjoyed the first podcast. I'm going to start this one with a little challenge for our listeners. It's been a long old January, so I'm thinking, try and be nice to someone today. If you see an old lady in the parking lot, struggling with her shopping, go and help her out. Open the door for someone. The little things go a long way. It's been a long January, so let's keep it positive, guys. Okay, so today we're going to meet our podcasters. We've got...
Do you want me to say my name?
Yes, Callum. Yes, that would be great.
My name's Callum. Yeah, I was on the podcast last week.
My name's Alicia. I was also on the podcast last week.
And we have a new podcaster with us today. You might have heard her in the first podcast.
She's currently crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in absolute bits.
You might have heard her in the first
Probably the last
podcast.
one.
She introduced me as the balding man.
Increasingly bold, man. That's
Increasingly bald man. Why? Is the first question of the day.
Yeah,
Get to your microphone, please.
I'm sorry, I'm here. What? Why were you called a bald man?
Yeah.
Because you got a receding hairline, bro.
Okay.
I have a question
to be
about that
fair.
opening.
Okay.
Parking lot. We're not American, Jersey.
Yeah.
And
That's
why
true.
were you singing?
I appreciate it.
I got a bit nervous, that was all.
That's what set me off. I couldn't.
No, I appreciate the beginning. It was just more the parking lot bit. I was like,
And
Yeah.
American.
well,
sounds a banger.
if that's your biggest
yeah,
concern,
apart
then
from
I'm very happy with
apart
that
from
opening.
It was fabulous.
Yeah,
I
thank you very
mean, you
much.
had me in tears facing the wall, so
It's not hard for you to do
Yeah,
that, is it?
that's every day for you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, yeah.
So, Sophie wasn't
Yeah.
on last week's podcast,
was
and
not.
she has been egging on
Itching to come
this
on.
umbrella story,
Oh.
and we've not heard the end of it. So, Sophie,
No,
take it away.
that's
What's
not
this umbrella
true.
story?
If it's
Last-
not good now, it's being cut out.
Last week we did a show about growing up, and the whole umbrella story is a massive part of apparently
Yeah.
Sophie's life.
It was
yeah,
so-
and they didn't even ring me, guys. I was actually offended.
To be honest, it was. But to be fair, the
But that-
first
the
None
one
of you have
was-
even heard it,
Yeah, I know, but I just feel like it's
so
going to
don't
be
make
like an
judgment before you've
anticlimax.
heard it.
This is apparently the best story I've ever told. So
If you hear me snoring,
the stage
Right.
is yours.
Okay,
Sophie.
right. Imagine the scenario.
Okay.
Walking home with my mum and my sister from primary school, because you know, primary school.
Yes.
And
Fascinating.
Yeah.
we're walking home,
Good start.
and we just passed the corner shop, which is about 5 minutes from home. And I'm just really bored, and I have one of them umbrellas, you know, the ones with the loop in them at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And
Umbrella.
I'm just really bored, and I decided to put the umbrella in my mouth,
No, but that's what you do, innit?
and
Yeah,
then
that's the
I
standard, everyone does
twisted it round
Like a hook.
like a hook, and it actually got stuck in my mouth.
So you had an umbrella in your mouth.
What on
Yes.
earth is that?
How old were you?
And my
18.
mum didn't really know what to do because she couldn't get it out. And I just remember being in severe pain.
Well, you would
because
be.
This hook was inside my mouth, and I was crying.
Imagine that as a visual, as someone walking across the road. What? That woman's got an umbrella in her mouth.
Do you know
What
what
if it starts raining?
Yeah, do you know what it reminds me of? Remember that advert that was like with the smoking? It's hooked. Remember
Oh,
the
yeah,
advert?
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I remind.
But
That's what I
literally,
think of it.
my mum was like, she didn't know what to do. She was
How
baffled.
did she get it out? Did she put the umbrella up?
I actually can't remember how it got out of my mouth.
It's not there
Still
anymore.
there.
Still in there, you know.
Is that the story?
Is that it?
That was the story, but it
So-
was basically it was quite traumatizing because this.
Yeah.
I'm about 5 when this happened. Okay,
5?
Why would you-
maybe a bit older, maybe about 7.
I
You
don't think
shouldn't
I was
you shouldn't be dealing in umbrellas at
Yeah.
5 years old.
I don't think I
No.
was like.
But my mum
like-
didn't expect me to
mother's
go
job.
and stick it in my mouth.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Well-
I don't-
Do you know what? That just explains a lot. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
It explains a lot.
that's
I
probably
am-
Sophie in a nutshell.
I thought that story was
I
going to be
was
really
born-
bad, and I think
I
that was a
was
good story.
I was
It was
actually
better than I
born
thought
with a
it would be.
cone head, so you know.
She actually was though. That's the funny part.
I once got a lollipop stuck in my throat when I was younger.
Oh God.
I was in hospital for 4 hours, and then obviously she came out. The nurse was like, "Oh, you can just drink Coke, mate, or just this isn't great." So I had 2 cans of Coke, went straight down my hole, and that was it. I was out free, hospital,
Wait,
4 a.m.
when you got the lollipop in, did you get it stuck in with the stick, or was it just
Was it just the?
Oh no, it wasn't the stick, it was just the ball.
the ball?
The ball.
The lollipop ball.
Did you look like you had
The
a
actual
massive
lollipop
Adam's
itself.
Adam?
Huh?
Adam's
Adam.
Adam's apple.
Did you look
dear.
like you have a massive Adam's apple? Was it like stuck in your neck?
Yeah, it just looked like a
I don't think
2
it'll make
Adam's
a bulge
apples.
in his
Two
neck.
What?
I don't think it'll make a bulge in his neck. If it's
No, he just said he had
lollipop.
2 Adam's apples.
Well,
I don't think it was. Are you being serious?
I think if it did, it would probably just choke me out,
Adam's
wouldn't
apple as a child, though.
What?
Your windpipe wouldn't expand.
Maybe
to, like,
they just thought, oh my
go
god,
towards your
he's
neck.
developing really young. This is strange. And it was just a lollipop.
All I'm saying is I swallowed a lollipop
That's-
and I went to hospital.
Brilliant.
Cool. Not as good as the umbrella story, but still up there.
I didn't think you could make that story worse than the umbrella story, but you did.
You really did. Anyway,
That's
Okay, fair enough.
let's not talk about us.
Yes.
Because this week we're not going to talk about
We've got a
us.
jam-packed show for
We've
you
got
this
a
week,
fabulous
guys.
show.
Fantastic show.
So we're going to start with a Netflix show that I'm sure a lot of you have seen called
I
apart everyone in this room.
Everyone hasn't in this room
apart from Sophie. But I'm sure a lot of our lovely viewers
I want
have
to talk
seen
about
it.
it. So.
We're going to talk about it anyway, called The Fire Festival. Now, I've seen this on Netflix
Right,
advertised.
can I just make one point? 1, it's a documentary. And
Oh, okay.
2, it's called
Oh,
Fire
God.
Festival, a
Not
party
the
that never
facts
happened.
here.
Oh,
So-
here we go.
So if we want to get advertise this to the listeners, we need to advertise it right. But anyway,
Right, okay.
continue with what you were saying. You've seen
Thank
this.
Oh, Sophie, it's your turn now.
Thank
It's your.
Yeah, it's
I was
What's it about?
going to bring you on to
Yeah,
it.
no, you've seen this.
You've had 2 big moments in the first 5 minutes, so
Yeah.
here we go. Come on.
You made it up.
Go for it.
You've seen. You said you've seen this.
So I haven't seen. I've seen it advertised.
What did you think?
It looks really interesting. To be honest, like I've heard of it before, like because I've heard about like Pablo Escobar and this island that he had. So I know it's pretty like famous. And I'd heard about this whole festival that like never happened, but I've not got around to watching it because when you have so many things on Netflix, you just want to watch, and you just get caught up, don't you?
Yeah.
So Sophie, explain to us what the documentary's about without giving away too many spoilers,
Right. Okay.
and what you liked and didn't like about it.
Okay. So basically, the documentary is quite simply about the Fire Festival, which was created by Ja Rule, who I actually don't know any of his songs, but I know he's a rapper. And this guy called Billy, but I can't remember his surname, but he was a bit of an... Can we swear on this?
Yes.
He was a bit of an arse, basically. He already
What
had
did you just say?
an arse. That thing that's on your bum.
Oh,
Right,
okay,
come on, right, all right.
What? Oh, sorry. I
Um,
completely. Yeah.
And basically, he was a bit of a dick. And he already had a company called Magnesis or something. It was like a bank card that brought you to these most exclusive parties in LA or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted to extend his branches and was releasing this app called Fire, which was FYRE. And it was basically like... It was like an Uber, but for booking, like, artists.
Mm-hmm.
So you could book, like, artists to come and play at your shows or your gigs or your functions, your family events,
I wouldn't say
basically.
it's anything like Uber, to be honest.
No, but they
Yeah.
described it like Uber on the...
Does this app still exist?
I'm not sure. I need to Google that, actually. But so basically, then they had this fire. But to launch this fire, he decided to launch this fire festival because he was like, "Oh, I'm going to create this dream festival." But the festival just went a bit wrong.
Why?
Well, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but basically, they promised everyone. They paid people were paying like $250,000 a ticket, and I think that was like the lowest ticket price.
250 grand.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
For an Uber.
No, yeah, for an Uber.
Hey.
But basically, it was like this festival that was set on a secluded island of the Bahamas, and like you said, it was meant to be in Pablo Escobar's island. I'm not really sure what happened. Something kind of fell through with that. I think it was because they advertised it as being Pablo Escobar's island when they were told not to. So they bought this island, but they were told not to market it as Pablo Escobar's island.
I
Oh,
feel
Well,
like,
yeah, I wouldn't go to
yeah,
Pablo
I
Escobar.
feel like,
No.
Place.
you know, he was a massive drug lord. I wouldn't want to go to
But-
where he lived.
Apparently,
Because they had advertised it as that. Go on.
I was reading, the festival's it was postponed after some attendees arrived finding tents and prepackaged sandwiches instead of luxury villas.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
my
getting
God.
to that.
You'd be fused.
Right, so yeah, basically, this festival went all tits up. People were like told they could have these villas and these luxury tents. Right, so they were
Ham
promised like
sandwiches
these
then.
nice little villas with a professional chef that was going to like prepare them meals every day and all this on this secluded island with this festival that had people like Blink 182 playing, which obviously pulled out at last minute. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically they promised this and it got too far and the guys didn't have enough money for the festival in the first place. So they were relying on the people's ticket money to bake this festival, but they sold make
Bake the
but
festival.
The Great British Bake
they
Off.
sold too many tickets. They sold too many tickets, and there weren't enough. There were too many tickets for the island because it's like a little secluded island in the Bahamas. So obviously it's not gonna be like huge.
Because the other people would be in the sea otherwise, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Too,
I
So-
bet there's sharks around there as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, they even had. It got that big. They started putting people on cruises and expecting them to like sleep on that all weekend.
I mean,
And that was meant to be a luxury.
What, like-
that's quite
like
luxury.
a luxury boat.
But
Was it a canoe instead?
But yeah, it was. Well, this is what happened. So obviously they were promised all this stuff, and then they got there, and it was too far advanced, with too little money, and they had like 48 days left to create this festival, and they'd done basically nothing.
Oh no.
The tents that they were promised were like these VIP, like luxury tents. What do they call them?
Them teepee things.
Like teepee kind of things.
Bit of glamping.
Yeah, glamping.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
And in these tents, they had like a mattress, like 2 mattresses on a bed, and that was
Uh-huh.
basically it. They didn't have any of the cooking stuff they were promised. Didn't have any sheets. Blah,
Yeah.
blah. It was too far advanced, and people that were involved with it kept telling this Billy to stop doing it. But he was like, no, we can do it. And it just got too far advanced. And these people were coming out on these planes expecting this massive big festival. And like you said, they turned up to a place, because the night before as well, these hurricanes, there'd been a massive rainfall. So all these hurricane tents were destroyed. So they'd come out to like mattresses just everywhere. And it was basically become like a free-for-all, because all these places that were called, all these people that were told they'd have this luxury villa were then told to go and grab a tent and a mattress. So it basically became like this free-for-all where people were actually going and destroying tents because they were so annoyed.
Is this actually on an island? So
This
you've
is
got,
actually on the Bahamas.
like beds on sand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
That's not really nice.
No.
No.
I've not actually
And then,
been
like you
camping
said,
like
like
that,
you'll
but-
know about the fat sandwich thing. If you go on Twitter, there's an actual image. They were promised cheese on toast. It was 2 slices of bread with a slice of cheese. And when I say a slice of cheese,
So-
like burger cheese.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
looked like.
Oh,
A bit of
that's
salad.
Were there
plastic
sausage
cheese.
rolls?
No, just 2 slices of bread with a bit of cheese and a
But,
bit
like-
of salad.
There's not even
Deal
cocktail
breaker.
sausages.
Yeah.
There was no cocktail sausages, nothing.
But like,
But the
thing is-
worst part
behaviour.
about this is that pure caterer and those poor old families that were in the Bahamas, none of them got paid for it.
Yeah.
Because the guy had no money, none of them got paid for it. So this poor woman had to pay off all her catering workers.
She lives in the Bahamas.
Lives in the Bahamas,
Right.
yeah? And she had to pay off all her catering workers out of her life savings.
Wow. I bet that was a lot.
Is this a
wasn't
true story?
This is a true story.
Oh, okay,
Go
right.
and watch go and watch the documentary on Netflix.
Well, I think we've already seen it, to be honest.
it? I know.
No,
Just the whole bloody
more,
plot
there's
here,
a lot.
so-
There's a lot more than I've told you. Like it's intense.
Thing is, though, like cheese on toast, that's not a luxury thing
Yeah.
to
No.
make. Like anyone can do that.
No.
So that's just poor booking and poor
Like,
cooking.
I'd be wanting caviar and bloody. Do you know what I mean? I'd be wanting.
Like, I can make
But
cheese
you
on
paid
toast.
I'll make a
250
mean cheese on toast at home.
250
Cheese on toast is
grand for a
underrated as
ticket.
hell.
Oh, it is, yeah.
250
So did
grand
this guy
for a
get
ticket.
like I don't? did
Oh
he
no,
get-
he's jailed now for 6 years.
That's what you get for not
For
making cheese
fraud.
on flipping toast.
I know. What
But
the
to be honest,
hell?
I think he deserves a lot longer for that. But you know,
Well, he's ruined people's lives,
Yeah.
hasn't he? That is.
I think I could even go camping, even if it was glamping.
You never been. You
Certainly
never
not
been
for
camping at
250
all?
grand.
You never
I've-
been
and
camping?
do you know
well-
the most sad thing about
okay,
this?
we're
is-
still- we're
Go
talking
on,
about
go on, go on.
I just said to Callum or anyone in the room, have you ever been camping before? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
anywhere?
well, I went down
You went down
festival.
there festival.
Oh
yeah.
yes, he did.
Yeah, I bought a £15 tent and it was just.
Did you say
It
the rain leaked
yeah.
into the tent?
So I wasn't expecting much from the tent, to be honest with you. I could hardly even fit my legs in. But yeah, so come 4 a.m, it's raining,
Of course.
and I wake up and my hair is dripping wet. So I pretty much got a shower in the middle of the night. I had to move to my mate's tent, which is twice as big as mine, and I literally stayed in there for the next 3 days
Wow.
because my tent was completely and utterly flooded. So if I ever go again, I've learnt my lesson.
That's the
Well,
thing
better
though.
tents.
With like British festivals, you just know it's gonna be like grimy. Like
Yeah.
I've been to
But
Leeds Fest a
the
couple
amount-
of times.
The
and
amount you
it's-
pay for it, though,
Yeah.
you don't want to spend like
It is ridiculous.
£100 on a tent plus
No.
£300
Yeah.
on a
No,
ticket. like,
literally,
it's
we
just-
buy pop-up tents from like
Yeah.
Home Bargains.
It's an investment. I mean, if you're going to pay for that, you're going to expect to go again and again
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no point of buying a £100 tent and just going to one festival.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
And
never
then
going again.
The only
most people leave their
festival-
tents there.
Did you
anyway.
leave your tent? Yeah.
Yeah, I ditched mine. I've never.
Same.
Me and him are not on the best of terms. But, yeah,
I have
my
never
time.
actually been to a festival because
Me neither.
I honestly can't
Alton
imagine
Towers
you.
Live.
I honestly can't imagine you.
I've been there.
I honestly can't imagine you like living.
I've been
in a
out on
tent.
Towers Live, thank you.
But I honestly can't
No,
imagine
no,
being,
I-
festival
being in
that
a grimy tent.
I
For
tell
No,
you,
three
the
I've been,
nutters
I've been,
that go there.
I've been camping many a times, My family are big caravans, but my nana used to take us camping to this place called Gibraltar Farm all the time, and I loved it. There was like a little rock on this mountain. You used to climb up and play on it.
But I feel like it's not the same as being in a field with thousands of people.
Probably not. No.
All absolutely off their skulls.
Off their skulls.
No, probably not.
Alton Towers live though. What happened to that?
I know. Yeah.
What
I was
is
so
that? What's Alton
disappointed.
Towers?
It was this. It's not a festival. It was just a concert.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a festival.
Ollie
to me.
Murs was there. Rizzle Kicks. Stu Shea.
Stu Shea.
I thought you were going to say like different roller coasters were there, like cool
Yeah,
things.
no, well,
The headlining is
Unfortunately-
Rita.
Unfortunately, I think Rita Ora was there actually.
Oh, good grief.
Unfortunately, my dad was like, "No, we need to watch the festival. We need to watch the festival," and I actually really wanted to go on a ride, but
Anyway, so we're going to talk more about like weird news stories because Callum has been researching some weird news stories this week.
Well, I say this week. It's a part-time job of mine.
Yeah, of course. So there's one here, bride engagement story. Can you elaborate on that for me,
Well,
please, Callum?
Basically, it was this girlfriend was getting proposed to by her boyfriend of 10 years.
Wow.
Long time.
And yeah, quite a long time. And he proposed, and she just outright refused. Not because she didn't like him or didn't want to marry him, because of the ring.
Absolute bitch.
I know, yeah. But it kind of there's a lot of debate on like Twitter saying should that matter if you propose to?
It shouldn't matter.
Surely it's a concept
No,
of
100%
marrying.
no.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
should not matter at all. I mean, you know, being engaged, you know, getting that kind of like confidence to kind of, you know, say to someone, I want to be with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
A little ring isn't going to matter. You can get it changed, like, because
That's what I don't
you
get,
can
like-
literally just get it changed. Like, if it was too big, too small,
There's-
that's not the point.
Yeah, there are better ways to go about it than
No.
outright refusing it.
No, that's ridiculous.
I'll show you a picture of the ring though.
Oh my god, let me see it. I bet it's
Uh,
like a massive rock, isn't it?
Hold on.
So are these people British?
This is like a hula hoop.
Yeah, hula hoop.
think-
Haribo ring.
Well, that's the thing. If I ever propose to someone, like, I don't know, I wouldn't go mad with a wedding ring.
No.
Because I wouldn't know. I have no idea what's nice wedding
Could you
ring.
imagine
or
you
not.
spend like 20 grand on a ring?
But I
and
feel
it's
like, because I've been engaged very briefly back in the day when I was young, and the ring didn't really matter. I mean, it was nice, but it was like that wasn't what mattered at the time. What mattered is that
when you
It's
love
the-
someone like that, it doesn't really matter what the
Yeah.
ring is.
No,
It's like,
absolutely not.
you know,
you want to be spending time, you know, planning the wedding and stuff. And
I'll be certain he would be more happy if she just said after a few days, "Can you change the ring?"
yeah. What was it
And-
like? Did she do
yeah.
it like publicly?
I believe so.
Wow. See,
yeah.
imagine how embarrassing that would
because
be.
imagine
for
there's
that
an
guy.
underlying issue in the relationship
Yeah.
if that's the...
She's
that's-
definitely.
I mean, I would
narcissistic.
not marry her
Yeah.
if she was like that.
Come on, then. Let's
That
see
was
this ring.
that was the ring.
What's wrong with the? I can't see it properly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, really. I mean, it's a bit big. It's not
That's
very
fine.
engagement-me, but what's
The
wrong?
ring.
I don't understand what's wrong with it.
But apparently-
Oh, God, I've gone off it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't understand what's wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that
There's
at all.
absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. So, like, if you, well, lads, because obviously, do you agree that it should always be like the lads that ask the girl?
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know. I think it would be very interesting if a girl proposed to me. I wouldn't
Well,
know what to
yeah,
do.
yeah, it would be weird. It doesn't happen very often, does
yeah,
it? But
it's meant to be
No.
like on a leap year, isn't it? Or
that'd be
something.
awesome
Is
if
it a
my
leap-
missus proposed to me.
Is it a
Well, I
leap
don't have
year?
one,
or something where you
What?
have when there's like a certain time, like I think it's leap year where the woman can propose to the man. I'm sure that it's like a thing.
Maybe, but like, I don't see anything wrong with that.
No.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it.
No,
No,
absolutely not.
no,
It's like
absolutely.
off
not.
that episode of Friends where Phoebe proposes to Mike and she gets
Yeah.
like ridiculed in the
Yeah,
basketball place.
that's true.
I've always wanted to do something cool for like a proposal.
Yeah.
You know, like when people fly like banners across and like, oh, Jennifer, will you marry me? You're like, oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Just like a plane just does a heart in the sky.
Yeah.
would
yeah.
you want to do it like publicly or like just the two of you?
No, I wouldn't do
Joe
it
would be a
publicly.
public guy,
yeah,
wouldn't you,
you
Joe?
totally go all out.
Oh yeah, in the middle of a restaurant. Everybody, you know, clanging the wine glasses together. Yeah. Get everyone involved, you know. I might make a choir
I
in the
would like
background
to
as well.
Bit
propose.
quiet.
A mariachi band. That's
About
what I do,
you?
man.
You could have everyone sing. Will you marry Joe Butler?
Yeah, I won't be hiring you. I won't be hiring you.
No.
Mine
What
would
about
be
you,
quite-
though? I think yours would be quite intimate.
Yeah, mine would be quite low key though.
I reckon
Yeah.
you'd
Like,
just be sat in a field.
in your house or
Having a
something.
Sat in a
picnic.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cool.
Sat in a field.
Having a
At
picnic.
sunset on a hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
romantic.
Movie scene.
Yeah, yeah.
I could imagine you just sit watching TV and just go, right, Get up, right? Yeah.
Right, I've got
get married.
something to.
Just keep,
Why not?
can you pause this for a second? I'm just trying to propose here.
And afterwards, like, come on, play it.
Yeah.
What are you playing at?
Yeah, I'll do something low key.
But it's the thought. That's what I mean. Like things like that. Like the way you do it, not the actual product. It's the way you do it that I think matters.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's the end product is the main thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I think the best proposal I've ever seen, I'm thinking about this now. This woman did a skydive, and you know, like the landing pad.
Yeah.
It was like she always wanted to do a skydive, and then when she was doing it, she saw the landing pad. It said like, "Stephanie, will you marry me?" And she's like, she's shitting herself because she's doing a skydive, but at the same time, she's so happy because this guy's proposed to her on a landing.
to the guy
strip.
behind her saying the parachute's not working.
Yeah.
Actually, Joe, I've had a feeling.
The parachute's not working.
I know who you could hire for your proposal.
Okay.
Lancashire hotspot.
I like
Pots.
shot pots.
Hot pots. That's it. Yeah.
A chippy tea. And then,
Yeah.
Chippy
I'd love the Lancashire pots to do it.
That'd be pretty good to be fair.
But you were on about, or before we start the podcast, about the Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
Engagement.
so there was a thing in the Spider-Man game. I'm sure you guys
What's this got
have
to do with
heard it.
engagement?
No,
Oh, no,
you
it is.
listen.
Oh, no,
you
no.
listen.
So
Oh.
when they were making the Spider-Man game, do you know there was a Spider-Man game that came out a
Yeah.
few months ago?
Mhm.
Good game as well.
A guy got in contact with the producers of who created Spider-Man? I forgot.
Marvel.
Well, Marvel owns Spider-Man.
Which
but
is
Yeah,
now
I can't-
which is now Disney.
I
isn't
can't
it?
remember who created it.
Disney
Anyway.
and Marvel, yeah.
The guy got in contact with the creators of the Spider-Man game. I was like, oh, I'm actually considering proposing to my missus. Can you like put me in the game and say, listen, whoever, so will you marry me? So they did it. They put it in the game. It was outside. It's like a cinema. If you go to the cinema, it's outside there. It says, whoever, will you marry me?
Insomniac games also.
Insomniac, that's the one,
Yeah.
yeah. So a week before the game came out, the woman dumped the bloke. So when the game came out, the proposal was there and they weren't even together.
You'd be fuming.
So that game's now like just horrible for him now.
I think they've
He burned.
I think they've got rid of it, didn't
they've got rid of it in a patch, so it doesn't exist anymore. But that is bad, isn't it?
That is
That's quite
horrible.
bad.
That
I
is-
That all that effort though
Yeah.
for nothing.
I think they should have kept it in the
Horrible.
game though. That'd be quite funny.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
it's
just
been-
moved it to someone
maybe-
else's name. Maybe someone else.
Yeah,
can
like,
get
Yeah.
like
the-
Jennifer proposed to
Yeah,
Jennifer.
Big Jen.
You and your
Yeah.
lovely
Put Mary Jane or
Jennifer.
something.
Mary
Yeah.
Jane. Yeah, Mary Jane. That makes 100 times.
Mary
more
Jane
sense.
Shelley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman must have been a big Spider-Man fan to,
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that is.
really.
It's so extra.
Imagine,
isn't
imagine
it?
she played it. And
Imagine she was a gamer girl.
Imagine she played it. She's like, oh, I've completed it, John.
Have you been to that?
Have you seen anything in there, Jen? Oh, no.
Are you sure?
You need to play it again. You need to play it again. No, I'm not going to play it again. Play it again.
That's probably why they broke
Go
up.
to the cinema.
Probably why they broke up was like beforehand. He was like, "Are you getting the Spider-Man game?" No, it looks
No.
like,
Oh,
it
and
looks
he's like,
shit. no. Yeah, trust me,
No.
I get it.
Oh my god.
It's really good. Yeah.
But like, I would cry inside. But the thing is, though, like, why would you choose Spider-Man though? Like,
Well, she's probably a big fan, and
She's
she's
probably a big
probably
Spider-Man fan.
grew up on
yeah,
Spider-Man.
well, it's just a very.
He's an awesome
bizarre-
superhero, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's a very bizarre like way to propose someone in the middle of an Easter egg in a game.
It's a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's quite. Extra.
I think if someone
bit
proposed to me in a
hidden.
game, I'd see it and be like, oh, who's that then? Like,
could be anyone
Yeah.
called Joe.
you wouldn't think it was you, would you?
No.
You'd be
Unless it
like,
has a
oh, that's
second
some
name.
random thing.
Yeah, unless it's your second name.
Yeah.
But she did the stuff that most likely on her own playing the game.
Yeah.
So how she don't know? She don't text him and go, "Was that you?" Like,
yeah.
What is this fuckery?
yeah, it just seems a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, you would, as soon as you see it, you won't like break down in tears like usually people do, would
He's
you?
done
You'd just
it
be like,
for-
oh, that's my name.
Yeah, next mission.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't read much of this story, but I do know a little bit about this kind of stuff because I read up to it as a kid because I was interested in it and I thought it was
As a kid.
horrendous.
It's like what?
As a kid, I
How
was
old-
a, I
how old
was
are we
a,
talking here?
How old? Yeah.
No. 8 years old,
no,
just
no,
Googling
not like teens,
babies.
like
and-
15 maybe.
Okay, right, okay.
That's
cool.
acceptable.
Maybe not talk about engineered babies, but more about
When does that come up? When you're 5?
You know when you say engineer, but
My
it's
parents
like a
even-
robot baby.
have you guys ever heard of designer babies?
Yes, I've heard of designer babies.
I don't think I have.
Designer babies is basically like where you get to. It's basically like test tube babies, where you get
Okay.
to choose the gender,
thought
what
that
it
was a
looks
toy.
like.
Right.
It's quite like a popular thing, I think, in China. But isn't it illegal?
It's
over here?
illegal all over here.
Yeah.
And obviously in
Yeah.
China they're still doing it.
Is it not
because-
real babies?
No, these are
They're
real
real, they're
babies.
just-
Real babies.
But you just get to decide what they look
So
like.
you get to decide their gender, what they look like. You're
It's like-
basically
how does that
tampering.
happen if
You're
it's a real
tampering
baby?
with the genes.
Oh, okay, right, got you.
It's like you know when you've got
Great, your
Sims.
babies. Yeah.
and you're creating your guy.
It's like Build-A-Bear, but for...
yeah, like a
Build-A-Bear, but for
Build-A-Bear
babies.
workshop.
I'm glad that's how you interpret it.
That's a
Joe.
great place. I got
Yeah.
a teddy bear for my brother once. It was
See,
very
I've never
interesting.
I've never been there, I'd love to.
Build-A-Bear.
Oh, it takes a while.
Right, Joe, we need to go.
Build-A-Bear is the most stressful place.
It takes about a month to get
It's
your
when you
bear.
stuff in the bear.
Yeah,
So,
oh,
and
yeah.
you stuff it too big and it just looks weird.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
the
can we
price
That's
move?
two babies
Can we move
to
back?
Build-A-Bear Workshop.
That's all you.
Welcome to the
That's all
That
you.
was
fifth best
lit-
podcast in the world.
That was literally your fault,
That was all
though.
you.
Right,
Carry on,
moving back
Sophie.
anyway. So, yeah, so basically, I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think, I'm not religious at all, but I think a baby should be made, a baby is made the way it should be made. And
Is this some sort of poem?
I love how passionate you are
and
about
I
this.
just don't, like, obviously I get IVF and stuff like that needs to happen for some people that can't have babies, and that's
Oh,
quite,
obviously,
that's
yeah.
really quite sad. But messing with a baby's genes and being like, I want a girl, I want a boy, I just think that's
But surely, like,
horrendous.
if you want a baby and you want your baby to be ginger for
Yeah.
some reason, like,
For some
well,
reason.
I mean, that's what you want to do. If you have no ginger gene in the family, surely
That
that
is
means
true.
that. Like,
You probably won't be able to do it.
I just say, does that mean?
You're still using your own
Be-
genes that you're
yeah.
tampering with.
So it's basically just a picture mix of yourself.
Basically.
Like,
But I just think it's
see
wrong.
I do see the argument.
what about diseases and that? Like things that run in the family, like disabilities that run in the family, can you like choose not to have them?
I don't think.
I don't think you can go that far.
I don't think you can go
Is it
that
just
far. But if
physical
you like in
appearance?
that
Yeah.
situation, if
So I think that could work.
if
like,
you did have something running in a family like that was genetic, I get why you'd do
yeah,
it.
that's
But I just think in the case of, oh my god, I want it to be a boy, I want it to be a girl, I want it to look like
want it
that,
horns.
I want it to have curly hair.
wanted to breathe fire.
I
through
just
his nose.
think why tamper with something that's not already been born yet?
That is true.
But it does that
That is
argument
true.
about cloning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Clone. I don't agree with cloning
But
either.
do you not think that maybe let's say 50 years from now they'll be cloning?
Well, they've-
I don't
they've
know
already-
because they've already done it, haven't they?
Yeah, they've already tried to do it with mammoths.
Dolly the sheep.
Dolly the sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've all seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
That's
Very
how that
true.
happened.
Yeah.
exactly.
So just have Jurassic baby.
I don't. I think after what
Cue
happened,
animal, cue T-Rex noise.
I think after what happened with
Raw.
Dolly the sheep, I don't think they'd go back to cloning.
What actually happened with the big sheep?
Oh yeah,
Dolly the
so
sheep.
basically it lived and stuff,
Yeah.
and it was quite functioning.
I
But
think it could
It
be
lived- barbed.
It,
It barbed.
Be a little bar. Be
it had a
little
lot
bear.
of it.
Meh. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's a great impression.
Thank you.
Ma.
Yeah, but I don't think. Right. I don't think Dolly could like breed.
No, she no,
could she?
No, she couldn't. But
Breed.
Dolly
Breed.
was made off another sheep.
Yeah,
but
I
Dolly
know.
was a clone of that sheep.
Yeah.
I don't know if she could breed. I presume she had reproductive organs.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a Google on that. But
I'm gonna,
I hope she wasn't electronic.
She lived for a fair while though, didn't she?
no, but she only lived about 5 years, I think.
Oh, did she?
That's pretty good
How
for-
long do like sheep normally live?
But it's
for?
I don't
pretty
know sheep's life
short,
expectancy.
and
Yeah.
it apparently wasn't. I don't think it was a very nice life for Dolly either. I think she had a lot of things wrong with her.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with cloning, isn't it?
She lived for 6 years.
Oh well, I was
Oh,
close.
Died
I
in
was a year
February
off.
2003.
Bless
See,
Dolly.
I was
she
paying attention.
reproduce?
She was
in
named
science
after
in
Dolly
primary.
Parton.
Oh, okay.
I've
9 till
no
5.
idea.
good too.
Did she have genitals?
Wait enough, I not type that in. I've typed in whether or not
What
it's
sort
me.
of question is that? Is that the first thing that pops into
She
your head?
wants to
when
know
you
if it can reproduce.
Ah, okay.
But I'm
Right.
saying because like because I watch a lot of animal programs. If a tiger and a lion reproduce, called a liger,
Oh,
they can't reproduce because they're so big.
So there's such thing as a liger.
I've,
I've never
Yeah, there
heard
is.
of that before.
there is such.
right, actually.
They're literally like massive.
I can imagine.
Like they're
like an interbreed of, like,
it's like
death.
a male lion and a female tiger.
Is there a dog and a cat breeded together?
Damn.
Somewhere out there in someone's warped mind, Sophie, probably.
After
A giraffe and an ant.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh my god,
That'd be
An
sick,
ant with
wouldn't
a
it?
massive neck.
ant with a massive.
A centipede and a giraffe. Just loads of legs. With it.
That would be terrifying.
A shark and a fly.
Oh
Think of
Shy.
the weirdest clothes.
That's bad. That's bad.
Flark. But after Dolly was produced, many other mammals were cloned, including pigs, deers, horses, and bulls.
Oh,
So it wasn't just
wow.
Dolly.
no! Yeah, but I'm sure they stopped cloning after Dolly died. Or at least
I'm
they
not
did for a
sure.
bit
They're probably still doing it somewhere.
illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to do the mammoth.
Some backyard
'cause they
surgeon.
found
Oh, they found a mammoth. Yeah, I
mammoth
remember.
DNA.
Yeah.
Backyard
What do you guys think of backyard
Oh.
surgeons?
I think Callum saw one the other day in a window.
What?
Yeah,
Backyard
the backyard surgeon in the house.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's another story.
That's
that
a
is.
story for another day.
It's
No,
terrible.
well, we talk about it now. Come on.
But I'm talking more about Dolly.
All
here.
right.
Yeah, I want to
excited.
talk about Dolly. Big
There
dolls.
is still 4 identical clones that are alive of Dolly.
Oh,
Of
wow.
Dolly,
Dolly.
she's still being cloned.
Daisy, Debbie,
Right,
Diana, and Denise.
my school.
Daisy, Debbie, Diana.
Denise the sheep.
Does
That's
that
I
mean
love
that sheep
that.
can never go extinct because there's
Yeah,
it's
she's still
replicated?
going.
The triple D's.
My school have
What?
taught me wrong. They told me
There'll
they
be-
stopped cloning
There'll be a
after
day where
Dolly.
you put a sheep in a
This is July
photocopy and just like
2016.
print 37 of them. Print 37 sheeps out. Stick them in a field randomly. Cardboard cutouts or something.
In January 2018, 2 identical clones of monkeys were made.
Oh,
okay. Still
what
going.
kind of monkey though?
I can't even pronounce it. I'm not going to try. Maybe... No. It's a monkey. It's
Probably
a
for
monkey.
the
It has
best.
fur. It does the monkey stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Do the monkey.
It's got all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
bells and whistles.
Curious George.
Oh, what a show.
Oh.
But to be fair,
that's a great film.
like if they can clone animals, I'm sure one day.
One day
they're
they'll
gonna
clone you. Well,
clone humans.
Oh, I do not want another one of me. That'd be so weird.
No,
That's
Yeah, I
basically
can't-
like Frankenstein.
I
I
can
feel
barely
like-
cope with one of yous.
there would be clones of people after they die, like that episode
Yeah.
of Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, yeah.
Mm.
After you die, they might be able to
Yeah.
like resurrect you as a clone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Put you in a cookie.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, great episode.
Mm.
Replicating people just not be. It just
Yeah.
would not be a good thing. I don't think.
No.
Well, they can't clone people loads of times because the population's enough as it is.
Oh, God, yeah.
And
So just
Yeah.
doubling that
I
would
feel
be
like
lit.
the intelligence would go down as
Mm.
well. Like each time you clone it, the intelligence would get either slightly better or slightly worse.
I feel like they get smarter and they get
Yeah.
too smart and then
Yeah.
realise,
Take over the world.
yeah, and then suddenly we're the minority and clones are taking over.
No, we're slaves.
Me
to
too
clones.
is taking over the world.
Mhm. Speaking of futuristic things,
Okay.
let's move on to Joe's topic of the iPhone. Now, I'm the only one in this room without an iPhone, but you were saying, what do you think the iPhone's going to be like in 20
We're struggling with
years?
segues,
Yeah.
aren't we?
What?
We're struggling with segues here. We're just kind of like throwing ourselves into
I know.
iPhone.
I saw someone with a Segway outside. Very strange.
I'll talk about
Then he
the
mowed him over. Anyway, so this iPhone thing. So I was thinking last night actually.
as
What do you think in 20 years the phones are going to be like? Do you think there's going to be one iPhone that's got max upgradability? They can't do anything else with it. Do you think everyone's going to have that phone? What do you guys think?
It's pretty scary to think about, isn't
I
it?
They
think-
need to upgrade the phone battery first because
Well, they've
Oh.
introduced these new phone battery cases, haven't they?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
been
Yes.
going for a while though. They're not.
Yeah, they have been going, but they're more...
Apple have got their
yeah,
own.
they have
now.
been going for a
Yeah.
while.
But it's only because they
wireless charging and all that jazz.
Well, it's just a case that improves your.
Yeah, I know what it
battery.
is.
But okay,
was a
right.
bit
so.
aggressive.
Jesus, that was
I know
very
what it
aggressive.
Are you okay?
Shall I just
Okay.
leave now? But
It's a
apparently,
bit of tough day.
Yeah.
apparently
emotional,
it's because I think they offered free services where you can replace your battery and not expecting anyone to do it, and loads of people
Yeah.
did it, so they lost like millions of pounds
Wow.
because of it. So they introduced these cheap cases instead of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a new thing that Apple have done. But I can't see what they'll be like in 10 years' time with the iPhone XX. As I'm
See,
definitely
I
talking.
actually have an idea.
Oh, you were talking about this earlier, weren't you?
I was talking.
All
about
right,
this earlier.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, I know. I reckon they're gonna have a projector in them.
A projector.
Mm.
Not like the ones you used at
How-
school.
How big do you think these phones are going
No,
to be?
no. They're gonna be a standard size phone.
Like
so
a torch that just
so
shines a
about the
projector
size
on
of this
something.
microphone, and there's just gonna be a button. And there's gonna be a little light here, like a projector thing.
Oh, because everyone can see what you're pointing at.
Yeah, yeah.
These-
So
in
it's
the
currently
middle- in the
pointing to
middle.
the back of her phone.
On the back of the phone, in the middle, there's going to be a big circle thing, which is going to be the projector. And
Not
you're
the
going to go, as you get your no, not the camera. As you scroll your settings up from the bottom,
Okay.
there's going to be a button. It's going to be like the torch. You're going to press it,
Yeah.
and it's going to be like, boom, and then in front of you, you're going to set up.
You're losing me here.
So I'm guessing, right? You're thinking.
You're going to
that-
set up a massive movie screen.
Oh, but in
Right.
that case, you're just going to have to hold your phone the whole time.
No,
which
no,
would
no,
make
because you'd
sense.
have a stand on it.
Okay, right.
You'd have a built-in stand on the phone, and you could just stick it on a table, project it against the wall. There you go, movie night sorted.
Against the wall.
I mean,
Okay.
personally, I think in 20, 30 years, I don't think phones as we know them will exist like this. Like,
They'll probably be
This.
like really thin,
yeah, and I feel like
and like
we'll have
just like a little
Just,
bit of
um,
plastic.
A brief
Yeah.
pause here. Sophie, what's happened to your hair?
That's how you touch one of them electric
This
balls.
happened the other time.
Why does this happen every time?
You look like an alien.
Sophie's having a bit of hair issues.
Yeah.
While she's sorting it out.
But yeah, like
I believe that
I think
Yeah, phones.
a
won't be
phone will
around.
take over from Apple as the leading phone.
Yeah, it'll be like
'Cause-
the only phone anyone has.
I don't think
'Cause-
Apple's going to be around much
It probably
longer.
wouldn't even be. It'd probably
think
just be a
Apple will be
graphic phones in 20 years.
Maybe.
It just wouldn't be a thing you can hold. It'd just pop up in your hand
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah.
you
Have
know,
a
like
little
a
piece of
chip.
technology,
like-
yeah.
Because I don't like say money. I don't think actual notes will exist for very much longer.
No.
It'll
Well, there's
all
a
be-
place in America, isn't there, where it's a shopping centre where you can literally walk in and you walk out, but whatever you get charges to your phone, your bank account
Oh my
automatically.
god, that's
You
Yeah.
don't have to do anything. You just pick it up and
that's
leave, and it just
dangerous.
charges to
That
your
is
phone.
dangerous.
I
That is
reckon
dangerous.
Mad.
You know, like in Black Mirror. Black
A
Mirror's
lot of Black
good,
Mirror references today.
Black Mirror's a good way
I
to.
think Ryder likes
reference.
Black Mirror, to be fair.
We all do, to be fair.
Mm.
It's a
But,
very good show.
Bandersnatch.
Thanks. But
Just naming random
just
episodes.
just name an episode.
That was actually the film.
Oh,
right.
so-
Really?
Anyway, you know, in some episodes where like glasses or like
Yeah.
implants in them,
Yeah.
I think that could be a substitute
Yeah.
for the phone. So like you have an implant in your.
You can pause
In your
and
skull.
block
Do you reckon
Yeah,
the
skull.
rate? Do you reckon
Skull.
the rating things are going to be around like nosedive? I think that is actually.
Well, they're already
believable.
around in
China.
Is it China?
Mm.
Yeah.
you can't get on
Mm.
flights, can you?
Yeah, that's weird though.
Mm.
I mean, think about it. We all have Uber ratings.
Mm.
Like,
Do you know what that's what I'm about, Joe?
No.
So basically, there's an episode in Black Mirror,
There was again. Yeah.
and
We're not actually sponsored by Black Mirror, but if you want to get in contact with us,
yeah, if Netflix want to sponsor us,
Bit of dollar would be
appreciate it.
nice.
There's an episode where you basically get a rating, like an Uber rating.
yes, I think
People
told me
rate
that
you,
before, actually.
and you have a
the girl from Jurassic World's in it.
yeah. So it's just separate from the cloning thing, but you have stars,
Yeah.
and you have basic privileges if you don't have enough stars, basically in life.
Okay, yeah.
So you can't go to some restaurants, or if you don't have a good rating.
Yeah.
So literally, you're rated on your personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
But literally, you could bump into
It's
someone
your-
with a coffee and they'd be like 2 stars.
yeah, your rating's your currency, basically.
And can everyone see your rating?
Yeah.
So you could literally go past this guy who's got half a star, you're like, wow, that guy's a dick.
Yeah.
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 But like that guy would not be able to buy houses, buy anything.
So he'd pretty much be homeless.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
But like that's, I think it's been incorporated in Japan or China.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them. Jesus. But yeah, I'm not sure. What?
Sorry about that.
Sophie's just staring at me from across the room. She's, I don't know what's going on with her.
Right.
At least your hair's sorted.
I'm just looking at you.
Anyway,
I want to know your answer.
Yeah. If this thing was true, how would you guys deal with that? Do you think you would like that?
No.
it'd be awful.
Interesting.
Imagine
Okay.
you start off on like a terrible star rating. It's going to be so hard to get back up again.
You have to be right as suck up, wouldn't you, to like
Yeah,
get
that's
a
the
decent
thing, like,
rating.
You have to really be obsessed with it.
You'd have
I
to be
know.
like, oh my god, I'm going to go to Starbucks
It'll ruin
and get
your
my
life, I
matcha latte,
Yeah.
extra sprinkles.
And you have to take a
And
picture of your food beforehand to
Yeah.
try and get good content out there.
I've just looked at my Uber. My Uber rating is 4.55. I'm pretty impressed
I'm
with
not.
that.
I'm not even know my Uber rating.
Like, I don't even know like how.
Oh, should we all see what our Uber ratings are?
Who's has got the highest Uber
Oh,
rating?
mine's
use
probably
mine
going to
very
be
often.
terrible because mine's used a lot of the time on back home from nights out. and- yeah.
yeah. Mine's 4.44.
Oh, I'm
Oh
winning.
no, I'm beating you. 4.66.
Oh fuck yeah.
Why? What are you on?
4.55.
Just a touch on this, guys. Do you like a conversation in the taxi, or do you?
Oh.
No,
Oh,
no.
depends.
I had an Uber driver on the way to work the other day, and it was horrendous. It was. He just would not stop talking the entire journey.
Most of my Uber drivers just as quiet as anything, unless I
See,
speak
when
to
that
them.
happens, they're an immediate 5-star.
Yeah.
I don't want to
See that
talk.
I don't
Yeah.
rate. I don't rate Uber drivers. That's probably why
Neither
I get
do
a bad
I.
rating.
Neither
They
do
think,
I
oh,
actually.
It's weird. It depends what mood I'm in. Because sometimes I could get in a taxi and be like, "Oh, you're right, bro. How's it going?" And have a proper good
Yeah.
conversation with the chap. But sometimes it's like,
Normally when you're steaming.
and it's just guys like, "Oh, have you seen the weather recently?" Yeah. Where you
Oh,
going, mate?
that
Oh,
mu-
it's,
mundane conversation.
yeah, she's like,
Pretty much,
What
yeah,
did you have
this-
for your breakfast this morning, mate? Oh, Cocoa Pops.
I have to deal with
This.
quite
Come
a
on,
bad
man.
taxi conversation when I'm going to the train station from home. Because obviously, that you go to the train station, you mean you're going somewhere interesting. Well,
Yeah.
maybe. So the taxi driver's always like, "Oh, so where are you going today?" And I'm like, "Oh, going to uni. What do you study?" And it just
Yeah.
a massive
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
I'm talking-
Generic
so you're talking about their
conversation.
kids.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh, when it goes to them, that's
Yeah.
the worst
It's
bit.
when
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like getting deep
Oh,
about
when I
there.
was young. Oh,
I remember
God.
those.
Yeah.
one thing I hate about taxi drivers when you don't speak for a while and then they speak on the phone, but you don't really know
Yeah,
it, and you're like,
and you think they're
sorry.
speaking
Yeah.
to
And
you.
then- especially when they're like the 6 seaters, what they're called, the big ones, and you can't really hear them properly. That is just horrible.
It is the
Oh
worst,
yeah,
isn't
because
it?
their speaker to the back is like loads of jibber jabber, like it crushes
Yeah.
it. So it's just like, like sorry, mate, what? £5.60, please, buddy. When you get to the actual front of the taxi.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
You did not just say that. That's, come on.
Remember that taxi driver me and you had in Derby?
Oh yeah, he was grilling us on our life stories.
There was when we had a night out in. It was about a few. This is like.
What happened to us saying we're not alcoholics? So we're back
No,
to
no.
talking about.
Oh no,
nights out.
we
we're all
didn't say we
sober.
were drinking. We just we could
were
have been having
sober as
fizzy
a rock.
Vimtos and stuff, you
Had
know.
a casual night in Derby.
Cheeky V.
Yeah.
We were.
No cheeky V. No vodka.
No.
But he decided to just. I felt he was part-time taxi driver, part-time motivational speaker,
He was good.
and he was just grilling us on our life choices and what we're gonna do. Pretty much like giving us a pep talk on life.
Oh yeah, he did this massive story, and I had to get out before the punchline.
Oh yeah.
And I was
Wasn't it
gutted. I kind of wanted to stay in and
It
like
was a
walk
story
home.
about a blind date. He was talking about how to pick up girls.
Yes,
Instead of why. And then
you
he
do
was
need
like,
help on that, by the way.
You do.
Any advice? He was talking about his massive story. I can't remember it in full, but he was talking about a blind date, and this story must have lasted about half an hour.
It was long because
And-
it is about 40-minute drive home anyway. So
Yeah, and it was about half an hour. Joe got out. Our other mate got out, and then I was left in the taxi on my own.
yeah.
We got to my house, but the story hadn't ended. So instead of letting me out, he wanted to continue the story.
Of
he
course.
locked the doors.
Yeah, I heard the doors flip on. I was like, okay.
Oh no.
And I was literally outside my house waiting for this story to end, and the story was that this blind date happened to be his wife now.
Oh,
It
that's
was
quite
quite a
cute.
nice story. It was a
Yeah.
good payoff in the end, but also I also want to touch on when you were saying like talking to people when you were in the taxi. I think I was talking about it the other day. When you're getting your hair cut and people talk to
Oh my
you,
god, yeah.
like what's everyone's opinion on that?
I mean, funnily enough, I went to the hairdresser's yesterday, and because I have my hair relaxed, which basically means straightened. And I had a really nice hairdresser, and I was actually quite happy to speak to her because she was like proper like Jamaican, like proper like, and I just loved her accent. Like,
I like a conversation as much as the next guy, but I feel like when it's in the barbers, for me, I'm like, should you not be focusing on my hair instead of?
but they can multitask.
Well, you can, yes, but I'd appreciate just a bit of silence while I've got a bib around me and someone's around my head.
They're on your upper hand, aren't they? They're overbearing you with their scissors.
Yeah.
I love it though when you're
Feels
having
like a
a
shadow
wash.
in
When you're
front
having
of
a wash, like
Oh, it feels so nice.
I always
know.
nearly
I-
fall
They
asleep.
I have no
massage
idea.
your head.
Yeah,
and,
it's
They're just going
brilliant.
raw on mine.
Oh, boys,
I remember
do boys
when
when they get their hair cut not get a wash then?
When it's
Chris
like a hair,
used to.
do.
Do you not get a cut and blow?
I think the water's too hot they put on your head.
No, I think
used
it's
to
just
scald my
right.
No,
head.
it's nice. It's lukewarm. It's perfect.
Okay, maybe
They
I
never-
should
they
have
never
told them
wash
to
them.
put the
Maybe
temperature
you've
down.
got a very weird hairdressers. Maybe you should investigate.
I've not been
that.
to hairdressers in years. You see,
Neither
I'm
have
a
I,
receding man, so
Yeah, as Soph pointed out last
Is
week.
it like? Cause I know because my boyfriend now lives with me. He won't go to any other hairdresser apart from the one that back by his house. What
It's
is it?
interesting. We
Yeah.
had this conversation earlier, didn't we?
yes,
Jeff?
we did.
Can you
Yes.
explain like,
So,
what,
like-
what is your beef with that?
I don't know, but I've lived in Manchester now for 2.5 years, and I've not been to another hairdresser here.
Can
than
I
at
just
home.
back that up? Because I haven't been to a hairdresser's in Manchester either.
I just can't find a. What's fair? I say I can't find one. I've not been in any.
No, you've not even tried.
But like the one back home, I know the guy. I don't have
Yeah.
to say anything. You know,
First
You've got that. You've got that
basis.
trust, haven't you? You know,
Yeah.
he knows your portfolio.
Then again, you know my haircut history.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like,
But we have a conversation with him.
no, that's the thing.
Exactly. Like, what's
he
the-
knows-
that's what
Yeah,
what
but he
Callum
knows.
wants.
It's a routine, isn't it? You go down, you sit down, you get your haircut, you go.
Yeah.
If you go to somewhere random, like,
And they're like, oh, so what's
oh yeah, what are you having today, mate? You got to explain it all over again.
You're on holiday.
Whereas
recently?
Big Gaz, if you sit down with Big Gaz,
Yes.
he's got the scissors out straight away. You're in and out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
And the guy
All that big gas.
Big Gazza.
who I go. Well, to be fair, the guy I went to back home. Well, there's two places, but one of the places did cut me,
Oh yeah, I
Like-
remember that.
Yeah.
and somehow I still do. But that's how much I don't want to go to a new hairdresser. I'll go to the guy who physically harmed me.
yeah. Yeah.
Was that not
no.
for Lish's birthday last year? They had that cut.
I remember that cut well.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
yes, queen.
Oh, because we'd all got haircuts for
I
your
know,
birthday, and
you
I
got
cut
a
mine dead
haircut.
short.
I don't know how it happened. You were just cutting me,
Oh,
cutting
nice.
my hair, and then suddenly you were like, "Oh, sorry, boss." And he had this like,
That's not racist at all.
he had this tissue with blood all over it, and he was like, "Oh, there you go." So it was on my lap. Bear in mind, my hands are like under this like apron, whatever you want to call it. And so there's like, and then
Robe.
he gave me another second tissue. So I don't know if he cut me again. And I was just sat in the chair. But this is the thing, I didn't even complain. I was just like, yeah, cheers, mate.
Do you pay him the full
Pissing
amount?
blood out your face.
I'll
Do you not give you discount?
I think no, I did it for free. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
bloody
Okay,
hell.
that's fine.
But like, I didn't complain, didn't say anything until I got out of the place. I was like,
But what are you going to do when you...
That guy's never done it
What are you
before.
going to do when you're permanently living here? You can't just keep going just for haircuts. You've got to just bite that
I'm sure
bullet
he'll find a way.
and find a
Yeah,
good
I'll
barbers around
find
here.
somewhere.
Recommendations go a long way.
Yeah.
If anyone's got
yeah.
a recommendation from Manchester Barbers,
Yeah,
please get in
all,
touch.
all hairdressers, because I've still not visited a Manchester haircut dresser
Yeah.
either.
A Manchester haircut. That's good England.
Yeah, it is very good England. But like, I don't know. I just found it. I found that as a level of trust
Yeah.
with your guy that you've been through for a while.
See,
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, I don't, because the hairdresser we have in the village cuts your hair for £3, but she always cuts it wonky, so you know.
It was like
Oh, she got a wonky.
Wonky.
eye.
wonky.
How can you
No,
get your
I-
hair cut
No,
wonky?
'cause she like cuts it at different lengths. Like I don't get it because she proper messaged it out and
Measures
everything.
it out.
What, so you got different lengths of hair?
No, when I used to get my hair cut with her, my hair used to be different lengths. I'm not even joking.
What, like, so you've had
Like-
one long hair and one little one, so you're like half bald,
not
half hair?
extreme, but like
Bald,
like
half hair.
like a good inch difference on one side.
But
But
like,
yeah, at the same time, because it was £3, I was just like, yeah, all right.
there's also like,
That is, you should think for £3. That's what you get.
Yeah,
I know,
really.
but then I
Yeah.
started last year at my grave, and now I pay £28 for a cut and blow dry.
Jesus
It's worth it.
£28.
See,
Yeah.
I'm more of a guy that pays £8.
Yes,
£8.
£8.
£8. And that's
How
another
much
thing
your
with,
cut
with your,
haircut? How
with your
much was
actual
your
barbers.
recent visit?
Never mind.
How much was
Carry on.
mine?
Go on, girls.
We'll have another conversation
Mine,
together
yeah,
at some
to
point.
be fair, I had chemicals put on my hair, so mine was 35.
Get the Bunsen burner out.
That is expensive.
But
Go
no,
on. So how
but
do
to be fair, like normally, if I went just go for like a cut and blow, I'd,
Go on, Blair. The usual.
I'd have
In
it'd be
an
like
alleyway.
20 quid. But
Yeah,
it
it's
depends.
about-
Obviously,
it's
it's different for girls, isn't
Yeah,
it? 'Cause
it's
we have,
like girls.
we have
It's
more.
about 20
But
quid.
like-
We have more hair.
We were talking earlier about this, and one thing that I think stood out was when you go to a new barber's that you've never been to before, it's kind of like going to a local pub.
Yeah,
With
when you
loads
walk
of
in,
locals.
you like, get loads of looks like, oh,
And
I've
when you've never
seen
been there
this.
before, and
Who's
there's all
this
people there,
newcomer?
all the
That's true.
usuals who stare at you, and it's like, oh, who's this guy? Let's judge his hair.
That's actually
It's like-
quite true.
There's,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just
But you just
to-
got to bite that bullet and just be like, I'm here.
I'm
getting
here,
I'm getting my hair cut.
bitches.
Don't judge me.
We're going to move on in a minute because there's a lot of chat about barbers. But to cap off, I went to a barber's about 8 months ago and I waited an hour and 45 minutes for my haircut.
Oh my
Because there
god.
was one barber and about about 7 people waiting.
Was it the best haircut you
And
ever had?
no, it's shocking actually. But I finally sat down in the chair. The guy goes, "Sorry for the wait, mate. Are you not supposed to go? Actually, I'm really angry about this. You just have to go. Oh no, don't worry, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
yeah.
I'm
That's just British culture,
I'm
isn't
one
it?
person that would never complain.
Me neither.
If I get food and it's got a dead
Yeah.
fish in it, I didn't ask for fish. There is blood all everywhere.
Yeah.
There is syrup in all over the
Yeah.
plate.
Some guy comes back. How's your food, man?
Oh,
it's
it's brilliant, mate. Yeah,
So
no worries.
nice.
It was
Very much.
fantastic.
And
tell you
this
what,
is why
yeah.
this is why the country's
Yeah.
in the state it's in,
Can I have a
because
bit
no
more
one
gravy with that, please?
complains.
But then again, that you don't want to be that complainer because
Yeah.
complainers are the worst.
But
Yeah.
if something's
You
not
don't want to
right,
be a Sharon.
if
Yeah, you don't want to be a Sharon.
from
that comes in.
HR.
Yeah.
if there's something not right about your food, you
Same
have
wrong
the
with
right
Sharon.
to say. You don't. It's,
I mean,
I think it's about the way you
within
say it.
reason.
It's about the way you say it. Don't be like a dick about it.
Yeah, but there's
Just
Yeah.
be polite.
I also
like,
think within reason, like if it's literally something like you ordered, I don't know, a pasta and it's not been presented the right way, then
oh no,
don't complain about that. But if you've ordered a pasta and it's got meat on it and you're a vegetarian,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
that.
No, I
Yeah,
don't-
because you can't eat it.
yeah. Like if it's something I don't like or that I ask
complain.
for not, and they still put it on, I'll take it back. Like I didn't ask for this, but I won't be like I won't be rude about it.
I'm the type of guy if I got pizza and I asked for like no onions or anything, and there's onions scattered all
You
over,
do,
I would
pick it
pick it off myself. I would
Yeah,
spend
that's
ages
what
picking that
Do you
off.
hate pizzas that actually have tomatoes on them?
yeah,
Yes.
hate that.
yeah.
I can't
Yes.
stand tomatoes anyway. I like
disgusting.
tomato puree.
No, see,
Yeah.
I enjoy a good cherry tomato, but besides
They've
that,
got to
I-
be cooked though.
no.
I like every form of tomato apart from tomato, as in the actual tomato.
Yeah,
like-
I get that. Yeah.
Ketchup, give me any day.
Oh yeah, there's one thing I do want to touch on. We were
What,
talking about
catfish?
At the minute with you, we're touching on everything. Everything's a little touch.
a
Can we
little
not
tap.
speak
He
about
likes to be touched, okay?
it? Oh, okay, Sophie.
There's always one.
There's always one person.
Take it
isn't
away,
there?
Callum, take it
I don't know
away.
if I want to now.
Talking of catfishing, it links anyway.
how does catfishing link to tomato puree?
No, to touching it does.
Are you actually talking about
Oh.
catfishing?
All right.
Oh, your mate. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
One thing we were gonna touch on
Touch on.
was catfishing. Has anyone here been catfished?
Me.
No. But Sophie has. And it was the funniest thing
I
I've
actually
ever
have.
seen in my life.
But how bad of a catfish?
Oh
was
well,
it?
like I didn't actually like meet him or anything.
It wasn't.
So it wasn't
Big
like
Steve
it
from
wasn't
Bristol,
like
was it?
you know
Plumber
it
from
wasn't
Sunderland.
like going on MTV show Catfish, but
Oh, good Neve.
yeah.
with me.
That episode of that little guy will never get old. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
back to your story.
For sure.
Basically, I was on Tinder. This is like the first time I was ever on Tinder because I got forced into getting it.
Yeah.
Good start, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Catfish straight off the bat.
Basically, this guy super liked me or something, and he was quite fit, and I was like, this guy looks too good to be true. And he was like, you look like a model, and I was like, oh my god, how have I pulled this?
If you see studio photos, you need to be asking questions straight away.
Like, how have I pulled this? What have I done here? And then Becca, that we used to live with, was like, I recognise him. I think I've matched with him before. And I was like, oh no, what's going on here? Got to share a man. And she was like, no, wait a minute. She was like, I haven't matched with him. She was like, why do I recognise him? She went on her Instagram, looked at the models she follows, and it was some Italian model who had a wife and kids to make it worse. And he was supposedly on Tinder. Now, I can't remember his name, but...
I've never got catfish. I don't think I'll ever get to that stage where I'm like, I have too many questions off the
Yeah,
bat straight
I'm the
away.
same.
Have you
I'm
ever
the
been
same.
slightly catfished, though? Like, not properly catfished, so like
No.
it's the actual person, but their pictures don't look
Oh,
like them?
my boyfriend
Yeah.
did not look like his pictures.
I
He
don't
looked
think
a
many
lot,
people
he looked
do.
a lot better
A
in
lot-
real life.
People
Too
edit
many
their photos, don't
Snapchat
they? So-
filters and Instagram filters.
Yeah, Snapchat filters are a bit.
Well, to be fair, when I see someone with the bunny ears, I'm not like, oh, jeez, I hope he actually has got bunny ears when I see him in real life. That really suits him.
So yeah, I won't name him. Lee.
If you're listening, hello.
Fair, I'm definitely
He has
mentioning him
30,000 Instagram followers.
after what he
Yeah, to be
did to me
fair,
this week.
you can promote us.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, he did
Bit of
promote us last
promotion.
week. He got us those 150 views on YouTube.
Thanks for the support.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Lee.
thanks for that.
Our lives have all been changed this week.
Eternally grateful, Lee.
I can't go down the road anymore without being spotted.
Yeah, I was buying something in Spa and I heard my voice like, hey up, I know you. But yeah, this guy, he was talking to this girl, and it was one of those girls that message you on Instagram. I always think Instagram's a bit of a dodgy place to meet people because there's a lot of fakes on Instagram.
No, no.
And she was messaging him. What was he saying, Joe? You were there as well.
Sorry, I zoned out.
Lee,
Brilliant.
catfish.
What, Lee's catfish, what was he saying?
Well, she was saying a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
okay. So we were going in and out, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to meet you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it." And she was saying
Yeah.
loads of like dirty things to him, like and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to meet this girl."
One thing I need to point out, her name
Yes.
had no vowels in it.
No, it was a succession of loads of random
It
letters.
was like V, X, Y,
Yeah.
C,
Yeah.
5.
So you shouldn't have a real
So
name.
she would definitely
Yeah,
a catfish.
and that, and she also deleted her account once.
Yeah.
She had it on private for a while.
She blocked Lee for about a few hours before the night
Yeah,
out.
and Lee suspected nothing.
Yeah, until he put it on the group chat. I was like,
Yeah.
I've seen this girl I'm meeting tonight. I'm like, mate.
Yeah, yeah. Come on.
We're got some questions here.
Yeah.
Thing is, Lee is, he's got quite a few followers and stuff. Would he not have? How did he not think this person might not be real?
I don't know.
Well, it turns out that when we actually got there to the place that they were meeting, her friend had obviously had a stumble and she couldn't
Yeah.
make it anymore.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for her. So
Such
hopefully
a turn of events, that.
What an absolute
yes,
shame.
of course.
Yeah.
Big Brucey couldn't meet Big Lee.
Yeah, we nicknamed her Brucey.
I've said big for a lot of people this podcast.
Yeah.
Everyone's big, Big
But-
Gaz is my favourite, I think, so far.
Yeah, Big Gaz.
Big Gaz in the
Yeah,
barbershop.
but there is a Big Steve, Jeremy Kyle, Big Steve's,
Security guard, yeah.
the security dude.
But I just think catfishing.
It is
I don't
quite hard
think-
to get away with these
Yeah,
days.
I don't think all of them are cynical. I don't think they're all want to be murderers and whatnot.
No.
I think some of them just want to meet people.
Yeah,
as someone
lonely
else.
people.
Lonely
Yeah.
people who don't want to
Lonely
meet
people.
someone
They're
as
just scared
themselves.
that the
Yeah, it's, in some
not-
ways it's quite sad.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I
But
think
it's not right.
No,
it is
we're
wrong.
not. We're not telling you to catfish people.
Unless it's for a TV show.
Of course. Joe had to go deal with his parking meter. How much have you paid now for parking?
Alicia, £10.
You told me 11.
It was £11, you're correct. For about 5 hours. How outrageous is that? That is unheard of. That's like £2 an
Welcome
hour.
to Manchester, my friend.
I'm
To be
sure
fair,
not all
there is
park-
it's not that bad in Manchester, but that
That is,
Is
but it's
extortionate.
Media City,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's just
It is
shocking.
extortionate.
and give our location away.
Not Media City.
We're definitely not Media City.
We're in actual crew at the minute. We're in crew.
Why crew?
We're in Stoke train station.
Oh, 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 oh.
Can we not throw up in the studio,
no.
please?
No, we're not stuck. No,
We're not going to.
no, we're not going to stop.
Why are we all doing Yorkshire?
Oh no! I apologise about that accent.
That was
nothing-
terrible.
There's been a few dodgy accents in this podcast.
Yeah. yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Let's do
The
it.
Red Moon.
Red Moon.
Blood Wolf Moon.
The
it's
Blood
actually
Wolf
called,
Moon.
apparently.
Sounds like something out of a film.
Yeah, on the 20th and 21st of January, it was a bigger moon.
A big moon.
Big moon that was a bit redder than normal, and people were a bit.
Why
angry
was it
about
red, Colin?
Time
Time of
yeah.
month.
It was.
Wow. You'll be cutting that bit out, right?
No, that's staying right in. I can play this little clip.
Fun
actually.
fact though, the moons do control your periods.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going
Okay,
at.
fair enough. Right, I get it. That was quite funny actually.
Riveting conversation here on the 5th best podcast in the frickin' world.
I'm gonna play this.
Stop saying frickin'!
Why?
Stop shouting as well.
He
Can
shouted.
you please play
Yeah,
what are
that's
you going to
emphasis.
play?
I'm gonna play this little clip from this news article.
From the period moon.
From the period moon, yes.
The Red Moon, ladies and gentlemen. The Red
She said,
Moon.
Paul, because obviously these apocalyptic signs in the heavens are pointing to a catastrophic event that's just on the horizon. We don't know when. Just because you're going to have a super blood moon on January 20th and 21st doesn't mean January 22nd all hell's going to break loose. But and then again, it doesn't mean it won't. Okay, so there's these signs that are starting to be revealed. And so, I mean, the urgency, folks, is now. Right now. Okay? The urgency has begun. She said, Paul.
So,
I love that. That guy is my favourite guy. Like, I love the passion.
basically, he's saying that the red moon, period moon, whatever you want to call it, is a sign of the end of the world. And, well, in that video, he literally said, it could be a sign, could not be a sign. So basically just said,
Maybe.
maybe, yeah. It
There's
wasn't
something-
really,
Oh, that's quite scary.
There's something like this every
well, it's already
single year.
happened, so.
At the same time of year, January, February time, there's always something saying the world's going
Do
to
you remember
end.
2012? Everyone thought
That was
Mine.
like December
That-
though, wasn't it?
Oh,
I actually believe that. I went in the shower because I thought it'd be the easiest way to die. I was in the shower getting impaled by water, and I was like, this is it. We've got 30 seconds to go. I wasn't looking at my watch, but 30 seconds to go. It's been a fun life.
Is anyone like...
Nothing
you know what,
happened, thankfully.
I was actually fuming with that 2012 thing.
What, you were fuming you didn't die?
I was fuming because I remember being in high school in like year 8 and I was like, this is the way I'm going to die. In high school. I was fuming.
Callum.
Thank you, yeah.
I literally saw you about to speak,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
this
yeah.
one comes in.
Just wanted
So,
to get that out
this
there.
might be the last podcast where Sophie features.
Don't be so horrible. Sophie's been an amazing guest.
Thank you, Joe.
I'll have you on any day, Sophie.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
That's just it.
Okay.
Is it like...
Might be Joe's last.
The end, yeah, it might be Joe's last. The end of the world could be all of our last podcast. Who knows? The end of the world could be tomorrow.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
yeah.
But is anyone like... There's people that are properly like anxious about the end of the world, like 24/7. Is anyone like that?
No.
Nah.
I just feel like you can't live your life like that, you know?
If it
Yeah.
happens, it happens.
Constant worrying is not something
We
that...
probably wouldn't even know about it, like, if it did. It would
Yeah.
just be like,
You'd probably
kaboom.
just
Kaboom.
combust, wouldn't you?
Be like, kaboom.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it
Boom.
literally happened in a
Goes
split
dynamite.
second.
Yeah.
Mm.
You won't be like, oh, the world's crumbling.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, I must jump off into space. Be an astronaut.
Into space.
Jesus
If-
Christ.
If the world ended, right? Not
Yeah.
ended like as in we're dead.
What?
You're like,
Like
yeah,
an apocalypse.
yeah.
Right.
Who would, out of us four, who would die the first?
Sophie.
Sophie, yeah.
I'm not
glad
even
we-
ashamed to say that it would be me.
Why would you die first? Why?
Because I'd probably run straight into one or something stupid.
Yeah.
Not know they were a zombie and be like, oh, would you want to be friends? Next minute, eaten.
Yeah,
No,
you
I think we'll all die because we'll all be
But-
together and say like we'll all be hiding,
Mm.
and then somehow Sophie will find something funny and she'll laugh,
Yeah.
and someone's like, "Oh, there they are," and they'll come towards us, and then that's how we'll die.
I've got
Yeah.
a weird question.
Go on.
Of course you do.
If the world ended and everything started collapsing around us,
Mm-hmm.
what would happen if you were flying at that point?
You'd fall
Yeah.
out the sky, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I reckon.
I don't know if it is. I feel like it's a good question, but I feel like it isn't at the same time.
I reckon.
What, is it like you're in a plane?
Yes, like
Right.
you're flying.
I reckon there'd be that much of an explosion from the world blowing up.
Oh,
that
you would fall to the ground. It's just
No, but I reckon the plane would then be set on fire and you'd probably all combust.
well, at some point something's got to happen, isn't it? There's got to be some
Yeah.
sort of end.
This is
Well,
a very
You can't
good
land on the
conversation.
equator.
I think if all the buildings fell over, decided to like tip over.
Dominoes.
Oh,
I think it will cause many earthquakes and everything, and
yeah.
it will be impossible to fly.
Yeah,
And all the storms.
you'd
and,
be
Mm.
a bit
stuff.
fucked, really.
Yeah, there's
So
no doubt you
anyway.
would die still. It's just a matter of would you die first or would you die in the middle or would you...
I wouldn't even think about that.
If someone said,
I don't know. It's a bit of a bad question to be
if someone
honest.
said the world was
I-
going to end tomorrow, don't. If someone said the world was going to end tomorrow, what would you do for your last day?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. Oh, that's a really good question, actually.
If it was like a news
Tomorrow.
report, breaking
do,
news on
do
Sky.
we get time to fly somewhere on a plane?
But what pilot's going to be?
No. If you were told the world's going to end tomorrow and everyone was given like a chance to go somewhere they really wanted to go,
But who feel bad for those pilots who don't work
Yeah.
on the last
Yeah.
day? Like,
true.
All- those
I'd
pilots
just
gonna be
get
like-
absolutely steaming.
Steaming, yeah.
I don't think I would.
I don't think I would. I'll probably just sleep.
Or I'd take like loads of drugs and like go,
Yeah.
on, go on a trip.
You might feel, but the day might be
Going on
longer.
a
Yeah,
trip
that's
in
true.
our favourite
And I
rocket ship,
wouldn't.
floating through the sky, little lights die.
Can we please turn Sophie's microphone off?
I'm very tempted. I can see the game. I know.
Yeah, no, I would go on that, and then when that actually did happen, I think it'd be a wonderful trip.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do.
I don't know how I would go. I'll probably go mad. Just like, I don't know. What's Joe laughing at?
I'm not laughing. I was just wondering what the hell that was.
He's just disgusted by your weird
It's
singing.
little Einsteins.
But that was nothing
It was
to do
like
with the
all
conversation. Sorry, Callum, you go on a mad one. What do you mean by a mad one?
I just think I would, like when people.
You just said you wanted to sleep.
Yeah, maybe the complete opposite, I think. But like when people go on riots and everything. I feel
stealing
like I'm
TVs.
too reserved for that.
Oh my
I'll just, if there's a riot going on in out there right now, I'll just be like, I can't be asked for that. I'd rather stay in. But if it was the last day on Earth, I'd be like, you know what, let's change up a bit. Let's just go absolutely out of character. And just,
Can you imagine?
just go absolutely mad, loot loads of places.
I'd probably buy a massive bouncy castle for my back
Oh,
garden.
that'd be.
A bouncy castle.
Invite all the kids around.
Bouncy castles, they're just fun, aren't they?
They're
just
underrated.
The funniest things.
They are.
Bouncy castles are. I love bouncy castles. I might go and buy one after this podcast, actually.
Should we do it?
No, not with you.
Fifth
should
best
do-
bouncy castle.
A podcast on a bouncy castle.
Oh yes.
I mean,
out
the
of
audio might be a bit weird because the bounce up and down, but
I'd lose a lung, probably.
I always used to like do wrestling moves on bouncy castles and stuff.
Oh, they were trampolines for me.
Ah, yeah, trampoline. I nearly broke my nose on a trampoline.
No
I almost
doubt.
broke my neck on a trampoline. With a broken freaking neck.
Bouncy castles are a lot more safe than trampolines, folks.
Well, I don't know,
buy
are
bouncy
they?
castles.
Because
Well, bouncy castle, you've got like.
I think there's more.
No
It's
one-
more
Have kids
enclosed,
jumping
isn't
into
it?
in
if
bouncy
you're
castles.
a kid and like a birthday party on a bouncy castle, they don't care about. There's no rules for that.
No.
Oh, mate, you
Like,
just get smashed around.
Yeah, you're getting like kicked in the head, curb stomped.
I
Yeah.
fell on the back of a bouncy
Yeah,
castle.
there needs to be a
once.
ref there, doesn't there? Really?
There needs to be someone, but the ref
someone
can't
was-
stand still. Though, he's like,
yeah. Yeah.
he can't stand still.
You can't stop anyone from being each other.
Yeah. Just an FYI, Joe. The cheapest bouncy castle is £215.
I mean, you know what? That's not
Is
too
that
bad.
how what sort of size we're looking at there?
It says 3.3 times 2.3 times 2.
How's your
Okay.
maths?
So the size of a computer screen.
No, I think that's meters.
Okay, right. So that's pretty good.
I think that's good.
Yeah, wait, hang on. How do we get on to bouncy
You could probably end up
castles
blowing
from-
that up with
from
your
a-
mouth
from a
instead of
moon?
an actual pump. That's
Well,
small.
I was about to ask that. We were talking about the end of the world, and now we're talking about bouncy castles.
castles.
And
I think that's
stuff.
probably my fault. I think I brought it into
Again.
bouncy castle.
Again.
But going back to the end of the world thing,
Yeah.
that is everyone has a big conspiracy theory about the end of the world's going to end, don't they?
Yes, they do. And this podcast this week was supposed to focus mostly on conspiracy theories because we're all
Seamless segue here.
seamless segue.
Mhm.
But instead, we talked about a little bit of crap, which has been quite
Bouncy
fun.
castles,
Oh.
Bouncy
hairdressers.
castles, tomato
It's all the stuff
puree.
you want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's been a
Mhm.
But we're going to
Beneficial
end on a
podcast.
very, not even serious, but like, where I say intellectual people. So we all kind of thought,
Which we haven't given across as.
no,
We are
not at
today.
all. But we are pretty intelligent, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
We have our moments, I feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to round it off by talking about just a couple of conspiracy theories that are chucking around there. And my one was the one that kind of grinds my gears the most.
oh, hello, Family Guy.
Is the conspiracy that the Holocaust didn't actually happen.
yeah.
Now it really, I was doing a bit of research on it last night, and it's like there's a whole like timeline of events like people like don't believe that it happened, and it's like, you know, even like Germany apologized for it all happening, but basically it's more people saying that it was an over-exaggeration, the amount of Jews who lost their lives, and the fact that people say that the gas chambers weren't a real thing, and like they didn't have the capacity to kill all these people.
But I swear they're all like still like not being used, but they're still there for people to see.
See, I've been to Auschwitz in Poland, and there's like basically there's two Auschwitz. There's Auschwitz like 1, which is like the smaller camp, and then there's Auschwitz-Birkenau, which is like that massive one with all the train lines. And at Auschwitz-Birkenau, the gas chambers were like basically the Jews like blew them up before like the end of the war. So there's like remains are still there, but the first Auschwitz, there is gas chambers still there, and you go inside them, and it's a pretty horrific experience. Like you go in there and you can like smell. Like the smell is just I can't describe it.
The thing is with this conspiracy theory, like, what's the gain from it? Because
9/11,
the conspiracy around that is that it was fake because they wanted to start a war with Iraq.
Yeah.
There's no gain for them lying about the extent of the Holocaust, is there?
That's what I mean.
I don't know. It just seems like a bit of a.
It's just, but it is like a real thing. It's called Holocaust denial. It's like a real thing. Like I've been googling it, and it's like mad how many people think that it didn't happen.
I can understand it because it's horrible to get your head around about what happened.
It
so
is.
It's easier
really
to believe
is.
that it wasn't true than it was.
But there's survivors.
There's people that have died.
There's people that have died. And when you go there, like, you can't really imagine it until you go.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say it's one of the most eye-opening experiences of my entire life. And I just think if you get the chance to go, I'd go, like, 100%. It's like, I remember this one part. There's like this kind of museum in one of the camps, and there's like this glass box, and it's got children's toys and clothes in.
That's horrible.
And I cried. Like, I cried so much. Like, I'm a pretty thick-skinned person, but I just broke down crying. Like, it's horrible, but you do appreciate like the scale of it, and a lot of bad things happen there.
I think there's too much information on that sort of thing. Everyone knows everything about it for it to be fake.
Yeah, 100%.
Most conspiracy theories like that though are mainly drawn out because there's information that they don't have, so they make their own narrative and try to make it what they want to believe.
Basically, like, the whole thing was that they don't believe it was like 1.6 or 1.2 million Jews died in the camps, and they think, that number's too much. Like, the people don't believe that.
But even so, like, even if that number's not right, it's still bad.
Still people
still
dying.
So it says
even
here,
if it was 10 people, it's still bad.
Just a cheeky Google. Nazi authorities did not use extermination camps and gas chambers to mass murder Jews. Nazis, Germany's final solution, which it was called, was aimed only at deporting Jews from the Reich and did not include their extermination. So it's just a denial and it is quite like a big thing. But even though Germany did eventually apologise for it, but it just angers me, because it's like, how can you possibly think something like that didn't happen when you've got witnesses?
It's kind of offensive to the families that
it's so
went
offensive.
through it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It just makes me sick.
Is there any other conspiracy theories that anyone believes?
Sophie, you were talking about the Avril Lavigne one, weren't you? Which is
I don't think I believe it.
Which is a bit, but it's a bit lighter than the Holocaust. But yeah.
What about the
Marina Joyce?
Marina Joyce.
That one just makes
Which
me
is a
laugh.
slightly lighter topic. So
The YouTube star.
Oh, Star, is that?
I wouldn't say star.
She wasn't a star, was she?
The
She
YouTube
was, she
person.
was
If anyone-
made by her
If
bloody...
people don't know who it is, explain it.
No,
Yeah.
you go ahead, mate.
Okay, well,
You didn't even watch Convincing.
I've been thrown into deep end. I think. Well, Marina, what sort of YouTuber was she beforehand?
I don't even know. I didn't even know who she was before
I didn't know
that
who she was,
happened.
but
No, I didn't.
She was doing a live stream, I think, and she was acting a bit weird, and people thought she was acting weird. Not
Wanna get
because
the
she's
audio up?
ill, not because she's ill or because she might be a bit down. No, they went straight to ISIS.
Is she still about?
Yeah, she's still making videos. They went straight to ISIS and the fact that they've kidnapped her and they'll force them to make videos about cardigans or something.
But
Yeah, it's weird.
I feel like that's not on the top of ISIS list to make.
Exactly, yeah, I
things
don't
about
think
cardigans,
ISIS
You know.
Yeah,
It went too far though. Some of the videos, like, she'd look up and people think that someone was behind her
Yeah.
and telling her stuff. And
Yeah.
I think
it's the
with
most.
the Marina Joyce thing, she played up to it a lot.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she saw her subscriber count. I'm ready to look at her subscriber count actually.
Yeah.
She saw her subscriber count go up when this whole ISIS in the Daily Mail were getting involved. Police were at her door. She knew she was getting famous. She steered into the skid.
She wants that
basically.
5 minutes of fame, I suppose.
But apparently it was all because she was on drugs. Not drugs.
Drugs.
Are you on drugs?
She was
Allegedly.
defo on.
You on drugs?
I can't confirm it.
She must have
Can't-
been on something
I
though.
can't just say that Marina
What,
Joyce.
so
is
what,
on
what
drugs.
was she actually talking about? Because I've never actually seen the
I don't
video.
know, but these videos are really weird because like people's like there's like hands behind her and stuff. But apparently it was her mum. I found out today that was her mum.
She has 2.1 million subscribers now.
That's insane.
So-
I'm guessing when
This
that
is
all
what-
started, she
this-
had probably like 30.
This is what happens when you protect chicken.
I'm gonna type in the video of when she says "help me," and that's what she said when she.
Oh yeah, I remember that. She does it well weird.
Was
doesn't
this
she?
like kind of before or after the whole like the bombings?
This was
can't-
before.
This was 2 years ago, weren't it?
It's quite
Literally.
it's quite an outdated
Right.
conspiracy theory.
Okay.
The
Has
thing
this
is,
laugh-
the
I'll
original
read
video
these.
has 43 million views.
That is insane.
Just because people thought she was
being
kidnapped.
by ISIS because she was
Yeah.
talking about cardigans.
But carry on. Yeah,
The
I'll
world
wait to
today.
find this part.
So Joe, what about you? What about your conspiracy theories? What's the one you think's a bit wacko, or the one that you're like?
One of my
angry
favourite
about?
ones. It's a weird conspiracy theory that Michael Jackson's still alive.
Oh yeah,
I know that one.
The one that's like he lives in Devon or something.
yeah. Like
He
people
owns a new pub.
There's like little photos. This guy that looks slightly like Michael Jackson, but not really at all. He's in a jacket. You can't even see his face. That's Michael Jacko. That is in Warrington in the UK. There he is.
Stockport.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying to live a
Yeah, I mean,
like an enclosed life.
yeah. I mean, going back to the Holocaust, there was a conspiracy that Hitler's still alive,
yeah, there's
like
always.
living
wow.
somewhere. Like,
I mean, how
Maybe
many years ago was
like a
that?
potato farmer or something
Yeah,
somewhere.
it might be Big Steve and then Barbers again.
I found a
Oh,
weird thing
God.
from this Marina Joyce thing.
Let's have a
It's
listen.
called Marina Joyce saying "help me" while streaming. Hashtag save Marina Joyce. From
Oh yeah, that was a massive hashtag about it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Since I'm not in danger. If you guys wanted to know. I really.
Oh, apparently that was it.
One of them videos, eh?
She just
Just
Help.
cough.
To know.
she sounds pretty happy, I think.
No, won't listen.
I really. I really love you.
That's meant to be help me.
She just sounds like she's off her head. She sounds like she's off her head, to be honest.
Honestly, if you watch the video, I won't put it on now, but in your own time, watch the video. You just look at her eyes. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all you need to do.
The eyes tell us full story, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But no,
But-
conspiracy theories. Where did they? I wonder what the first ever. Where did they start? Like,
Well, I was-
who creates?
Someone got
these?
bored
Yeah.
and was like,
Is that-
I'll tell you
There's
what.
that guy, isn't there? Is it David Hike or whatever he's called?
Oh yeah.
Who?
Is that all?
Yeah,
Is that what you're gonna say?
I don't know anything about his
I thought you were
conspiracy
gonna-
So you just said a
theories,
name.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
We're
enough.
gonna need some information, or
Well, I don't really know info about it
Why did you mention him then?
because I've been told about him.
okay.
brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So-
Well, apparently, conspiracy theories came from because the word conspiracy, like, is a word on its own, which means something that's you're not being told
Yeah.
everything.
Mm.
But the word theory came about it. Apparently, it's another conspiracy theory in a conspiracy theory.
It's fucking Inception,
Inception,
shit.
yeah. That apparently that name came about to make these theories look less plausible because the word theory is next to it.
Oh,
okay. Sweet.
Wasn't expecting that reaction. Didn't realise we were in a panto here.
You sound like the things from Toy Story.
Oh.
The claw.
The claw. Did you hear about Prince Philip and his car crash? That's
That
just.
was-
It wasn't Prince.
It was Prince Philip.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Okay,
Prince
yeah, it
Philip.
was.
Just shush.
Yeah, and the woman
was
like
thinking-
came out and said she's annoyed that she
John,
didn't
this
get contact
morning,
with her.
I could gig out of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but to be fair, like
cracking
you'd
gig.
be pretty fuming though. Like you had a broken arm, you didn't even get an apology. Like and he's back out driving like a week
Why was he
later.
driving though? He's like,
I know,
not the fact he's age, but the fact
Yeah,
he's
no,
how
I-
fame he
No, but I.
but
I
think
wouldn't
about it.
drive
All
like
the
that,
like William and Kate, they all like drive and
I
Harry.
wouldn't. If I was that famous, I'd
You
be
could
like,
get an escort everywhere.
what?
That's true. That's true.
What? Wait,
Someone to escort you.
Not an
Ah,
escort, darling. But no,
Bad words.
I think personally, like I don't drive, but I think when you get to a certain age, like I don't know, when you're starting to go, when you get a bit older, I think you should have another driving test to see if you're still fit to be on the roads.
Yeah, I think there should be maybe a cut-off point of driving.
Yeah.
Then they'd not to be a bit.
But
hard.
no, like if you're 80 and can still see fine, whatever.
Yeah, go
fine.
to like regular.
But if you literally are like,
I'd say maybe more towards if you've had points in the past and stuff like that.
yeah.
That would contribute to
Just have
a new
things that
test.
test your motor skills,
Yeah.
like hand movements.
Well,
and
you
coordination and
drive.
stuff.
Do you find that older people are worse to be on the roads? Like are annoying?
Old people.
No, I find BMW drivers are the worst, and taxi drivers.
Oh, taxi
BMW
drivers.
taxi drivers, unbelievably
I think
bad
they
at
own the
driving.
road.
Shocking. I don't have road rage personally though, so
No, you don't.
if someone cuts me off and be like, "Oh, okay, you just cut me off. Cool, I'll just go about my day." I'm not one of these serial beepers like you are. I know you are because you nearly did it in my car once.
Because
That was after we recorded the first.
but to be fair,
Yes.
you were being cut up by every man and his dog.
But we should probably point out that the reason that was happening was because the car broke down.
Yes.
yeah,
And the guy was nicely helping.
But
the
we
guy
did
out.
not
And
realise
Alicia
that-
wanted to beep him out the way.
Yeah.
but we
we-
did not realise this straight away.
We almost beeped a helpless.
This is why you should never beep too soon.
Yeah. Good advice for life.
Good life lesson there, folks.
I just don't. Beeping's just annoying.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you've got a cool little beep tune. Yeah. I like the SpongeBob theme. Are you ready, kids? Every time you press the.
Don't go towards stalls with that.
Oh yeah, actually,
That's
yeah.
That's bad.
That's not really what I was going with that. But if
If
you want
you
to take
drive
it,
by a
if you want to
stall-
take it there,
If you
fair
drive
enough.
past a store and go, "Are you ready, kids?"
That's asking to be arrested, really.
Yeah, your car's getting clamped.
Especially if they do the next line as well, that'd be even weirder.
Oh, okay. I think we should wrap it up there. To be honest with you.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
We've got a long time to plan the next one.
We
Yeah.
do.
So if it's not a good standard, then
We
I
should
think
leave-
we should just pack it up. Really,
Yeah,
shouldn't
we need to give up.
So
So thank you for listening to the fifth best
Yeah.
podcast, and have a lovely week.
And what did Joe say at the start? If you want to do something nice for everyone,
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, have
Once
the final
again-
say. Have the final say.
Go
Yeah,
on, Joe.
Joe's final say.
Yeah. In closing,
What song do you want to end on?
what's oh, do you want a little
Bye,
ballad?
Put Eye of the Tiger on it.
Baby girl. Oh.
Dun,
No, Joe needs to
dun,
sing it.
dun, dun.
What do you fancy? Do you fancy a bit of a? Bit of
It's
rock,
It's
bit of-
got to be some classical, not like Beethoven.
Oh, I haven't
but
got a violin on me, Callum.
Bye,
Like,
bye,
what do you sing
baby,
first?
baby
Guess what
girl.
they call it? The blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an Elton John song. I
Elton
can't
John
do that
song.
again, can I?
Do another Elton John song. Do Crocodile Rock.
Oh, I bet Ronan Keating.
Oh,
Ronan
Or,
Keating. It's
or,
amazing how you can see right into my heart. Thank you very much for listening, guys. The fifth best podcast in the frickin' world. Thank you very much.